Thank you very much, Sir Lyle, for the very kind introduction. So before I start my talk, can I share my slides, please? And I would like to see a thumbs up from everyone. Do you hear me well? Naririnig po ba ako? Sir Lyle, do you see the
Yes.
reactions?
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
we get thumbs up?
Let me check. Yes,
All right.
meron po. Yes, there.
Okay. Salamat, Sir Lyle.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the students of hospitality and tourism who are here in today's session, I am here to share with you what we call the 7 M's of the Filipino brand of service for tourism frontliners. I would like to ask, sino po ba sa inyo na naandito ngayon ang nakarinig na about the 7 M's of the Filipino brand of service? Can I get a thumbs up? Okay, I think out of our 600 plus participants, konti pa lang ang nakakarinig about the Filipino brand of service tourism. So I would like to share this with you now so that when you are asked, you are people who will be joining the tourism and hospitality industry. Pag tinanong kayo kung ano yung 7 M's ng Department of Tourism, alam na ninyo kung ano yon. All right? The Filipino brand of service excellence is actually one of the flagship programs of the Department of Tourism. No? And what DOT did, I think this was about 5 years ago, konting backstory lang. DOT went to all of the regions, no, all over the Philippines, and they asked one very specific question during the workshop that they conducted. No? And the question was, ano ba sa palagay ninyo ang magagandang traits na meron ang ating Filipinos na pwede nating gamitin ng mabuti sa ating tourism industry? So what happened is after they did all of the research, they compiled 7 values, no, or 7 traits that all Filipinos share in common, no? And ang lahat ng mga values or traits na ito na i-share ko sa inyo starts with the letter M, and it's in Filipino. So kaya ang tawag dun sa ating program is the 7 M's of the Filipino brand of service excellence. Actually, it's service excellence. Let me see. Let's have some interaction, ha? Guys, ano sa palagay nyo itong mga 7 M's na to? Use your chat box and let me know what you think these 7 M's are before I reveal them to you. Masipag, makatao. Okay, thank you. Maalaga, makatao, magalang. Okay. Mabait, Maybayanihan. O, meron niya. Okay. All right. So, very good, very good. I see a lot of answers that are already in the 7M. So marahil ay very sharp and smart itong grupo na meron tayo dito. Ha? So without further ado, let me show you what the 7M's are. Let's go to our next slide. Meron pang sumasagot? Alright. Oh, so yan. These are the 7M's of Filipino values. So tignan niyo kung yung tinype in nyo na sagot ay naandito, ha? The first M is makamailikha. The second M is makatao. The third M is makakalikasan. The fourth M is makabansa. The fifth one is masayahin. The sixth one is Maibayanihan. And the last one is Maypagasa. All right? So those are the 7M's. Meron mang nakuhang tama? Meron ba sa inyong nakakuha ng tama dyan? Thumbs up kung meron. All right. So let's go to our next slide. Let me discuss the first M, no, which is makamailikha. the question that DOT did, the reason why the Department of Tourism asked, what are the best traits of the Filipinos and how will we apply it to our tourism industry? It's because para magkaroon tayo ng sarili nating brand as Filipinos, no? And they said these 7 M's should be used when we do our interaction with any of our tourists or guests in the industry. Okay, and the very first one, of course, everybody knows na ang Pilipino ay makadiyos o makamaylikha. We use the word makamaylikha because all over the Philippines, we have different names for God. Like our brothers, Muslim brothers would say Allah, some would say Bathala, some would say Dios. So, but the generic word that we use for our Creator is makamaylikha. Alright? So, paano natin gagamitin ang trait na makamaylikha natin, the good trait of being makamaylikha in our tourism industry? So what DOT wants to teach our tourism frontliners is that since we are makamaylika, we should be honest and truthful in all of our dealings with the guests, and we never take advantage of them, right? We do the right thing all of the time. All of us have been tourists at one point or another, either here in our own country or abroad. Ano ang pinaka hindi natin gusto pag tayo ay mga turista at bago sa isang lugar? What we don't like is the feeling that we are being taken advantage of, right? So sinasabi natin na kung tayo ay mga tourism frontliners and if we want to give a good impression to our tourists, we should always be honest and truthful with them and not take advantage of them. And you do the right thing all of the time. You know what your responsibilities are when you are working, so you do the right thing. Hindi pwede yung pwede na. Alright? So that is being makamaylikha. Maliwanag po ba? Can I get a thumbs up kung maliwanag ang ating value na yan? Sir Lyle, are we getting some reactions? Okay, we're getting thumbs up.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good. Very good. Let's go to the second one. It's being makatao. Okay? So the first one, the first value is love of God. The second one is love of others or love of people. Alam naman natin na when people talk about Filipinos, they say that we are the most hospitable people that they have ever met. We hear that from a lot of our guests, no? A lot of our tourists. We are very hospitable. So ang pagiging makatao, what DOT said here is the feeling of being hospitable, treating our guests as if they are members of our family, treating them as if they are belonging to us, no? They're part of the group. Kasi one of the things that we appreciate the most when we are visitors, of course, is that we feel that we are welcome or that we belong. So yan ang tinuturo ng Department of Tourism na dapat nating gawain. We should treat our tourists and our guests as if they are members of the family and they deserve the best because they are paying good money to come here to the country and patronize our business. So we should always try to give them the best. Maliwanag po ba yung second trait natin? Thumbs up po kung maliwanag naman ang ating application ng pagiging makatao sa turismo. Okay, are we? All right, very good. Our third M is makakalikasan. Okay, we are supposed to take care of our environment because that is the reason why the Philippines is being visited by tourists. Also, if you are domestic tourist, why do you want to go to the chocolate hills of Bohol, for example? Why do you want to go and see the butandings of Oslob, Cebu? Why do you want to go to Zamboanga and go shopping? Why do you want to enjoy nature? It's because it's beautiful and we take care of it. So, as Filipinos or as tourism frontliners, we have to make sure that we take care of our um, natural resources. I'll just share a story with you about being Makakalikasan. Ano? The first time that Boracay was closed down, not because of the pandemic, it was because um, overused na ang beaches ng Boracay and it was no longer sustainable, no? So they decided to close Boracay for 6 months. And when Boracay was reopened, one of the parang reasons or conditions for it to reopen was for all of our tourism frontliners in Boracay to undergo the Filipino brand of service excellence. And I was asked to conduct the FBS training for our frontliners in Boracay. So one of the things that I asked them is, kamusta po ang naramdaman ninyo when you found out and you heard that Boracay was going to be closed to tourists? And a lot of our frontliners during that time said, napakalungkot po ma'am kasi we saw a procession of people walking along the beach and bringing their possessions with them. They have to move out because only the locals are allowed to stay on in Boracay. No? So malungkot. And then of course, wala silang source of income. So I said, now that you are going to reopen Boracay to tourists, what are your learnings? Anong natutunan ninyo with that experience? And they said, ma'am, ang pinaka-importanting bagay po na natutunan namin dito sa pagsasarado ng Boracay is kailangan po naming alagaan ng ating environment. Kasi po, ayaw po naming mangyari uli ito sa ating lugar. Ayaw naming mangyari uli ito sa Boracay. So minsan po kasi kami mismo ang sumisira sa nature, no? We throw our litter everywhere. We throw cigarette butts on the beach. We don't take care of our surroundings. So, yun po ang nangyari. And ayaw na po naming mangyari yan uli ngayon. So, uh, ang pagiging makakalikasan is something that's very important for us as tourism frontliners to recognize because if we lose our natural resources, our tourists will stop coming to our country. Tama po ba? So,
Yes.
thumbs up po kung agree po kayo na ang pagiging makakalikasan ay importanteng trait for the Filipino frontliner, tourism frontliner. Na? Alright, let's go to our next. Ang pang-apat ay ang pagiging makabansa. Mahal ba ninyo ang Pilipinas? Okay, dapat mahalin ninyo ang Pilipinas. It's the only country that we have. Okay? Ang pagiging makabansa as we apply it to tourism is that we have to remember that nation building is everybody's responsibility. And before we think about patronizing anything else, we always have to put the Filipino first. Okay? So bago tayong, I'm sure after the pandemic, everybody will want to travel, no? So instead of wanting to go abroad, let's become domestic tourists first. No, unahin natin ang Pilipinas. The Philippines is such a beautiful country, and I have been to many places all over the world, and I always look forward to coming back to the Philippines because it is, although those places that I have visited abroad are beautiful, our own country is the most beautiful to me. All right. When we say Filipino first also, ang ipopromote din natin yung mga produktong Pilipino. So let's buy local products. Let's go back to our previous slide. Let's buy our own products, okay? pag pumunta tayo sa ating ibang local domestic tourism destinations, let's buy their products for pasalubong. For example, in Cebu, ano ba ang magandang pasalubong na pwede nating dalahin sa ating pamilya from Cebu? What is Cebu famous for? Sir Lyle, ano yan? Pag sinabing
Meron po.
Cebu,
Pag Cebu, we have dried mangoes. We also
dried
have
mangoes.
utap.
Yan, tap. Right. Danggit daw, sabi ng
At saka
iba.
danggit. Oo.
Yan, dried mangoes. When you go to Baguio, Sir Jonathan, ano ang produkto ng Baguio? Ube jam, strawberries, peanut brittle. Wow, okay. So marami na nakapunta ng Baguio. Pag nagpunta tayo ng Davao, ano ba ang produkto ng Davao?
Yung durian.
Durian. Okay, very
Yan.
good. So, yun. Let's buy Filipino, and let's encourage our tourists to buy Filipino products also para ma-promote sa buong bansa. All right? Any questions about being Makabansa? Malagos cheese and chocolates. Yes, tama. Masarap yung Malagos cheese and chocolates. Okay, any questions about being Makabansa? Kung wala, let's go on to the next one. And this is something that I like very much because talagang ang mga Pilipino ay masasayahin. Alright? And our tagline is, it's more fun in the Philippines. So kung yan ang ating tagline, kailangan we embody that tagline. So when we have our tourists over, kailangan more fun talaga in the Philippines. No? So as tourism frontliners, we use our smile, we use our sense of humor, and we also use those two traits to make our guests happy. We think of things that will make our guests happy. Why do we want to make our guests happy? It's because we want them to keep on coming back to the Philippines. Yan ang ating pinaka-importanting trait. No? It's our tagline. It's more fun in the Philippines. So a tourist can go to any part of the world, but when they come to the Philippines, alam kagad nila na nasa Pilipinas sila kasi masaya ang mga tao dito. So when you are a frontliner in tourism, bawal ang nakasimangot. If you are not having a great day, don't show it to your guests, okay? Smile lang tayo, use your sense of humor, and get through the day, no? Doing your best with your smile. All right? Agree ba tayong lahat sa masayahin? Thumbs up? Kung merong nag-agree tayo lahat dyan. All right. So I get a lot of thumbs up. Let's go to the next. Pang-anim na natin ito. Malapit na tayong matapos sa ating 7Ms. It's Maybayanihan. I wonder if the young people who are in this seminar today is still familiar with the photo that we see here, no? Nakikita natin kasi nung panahon namin, ang bayanihan, ang significance or ang picture namin dyan is yung mga grupo ng tao, mga lalaki, kalalakihan, pag may maglilipat ng bahay, binubuhat nila yung buong bahay from the place where it is to the place where it has to be. Meron pa bang ganun ngayon? Ayan, tulong-tulong na binubuhat yung bahay. Correct. Nangyayari pa ba yan ngayon? Parang hindi na, no? Kasi very, very modern na tayo. I'd like to ask you guys, no? What is the English translation of Maybayanihan? Tignan ko nga. This is such a unique word, Maybayanihan, that only camaraderie, okay, only the Philippines has this, okay? Ano sa tingin nyo ang English ng Maybayanihan? So somebody said camaraderie. Meron pa bang iba? Okay. Okay. Camaraderie lang. Sir Lyle, may nakikita ka bang iba? Ibang translation? English translation for Maybayanihan?
May answer po na cooperation, heroism, teamwork. Yun
Teamwork.
po.
All right. Very good.
Coordination.
Yan, very good. So more or less, no, may idea tayo what Maybayanihan is. No? But I think this is such a beautiful word, Maybayanihan, because Bayanihan spirit is actually a combination of two words. The word bayan, our country, and bayani, heroes. So, tayong mga tourism, nasa turismo, mga frontliners, tayo ay mga bayani ng bayan because we are ambassadors of our country. We are the representatives of our country. So, because we are all individuals working together, cooperating with each other, trying to give our tourists together a good impression of our country. Yan ang importansya ng value ng may bayanihan. Okay? That we recognize that we are not alone when we do our work. Everybody else has a role to play and we have to help each other. Pag nakikita natin na nahihirapan ng isa nating kasamahan sa trabaho, tutulong tayo, no? Para makita ng ating tourist so that it becomes a seamless experience for our tourists, no? Tulong-tulong ang lahat. Agree ba tayo dyan sa may bayanihan? Kayo ba ay mga bayani ng ating turismo? Thumbs up kung meron, kung sa palagay natin, kaya nating maging bayani para sa ating bayan.
May nagka-thumbs up na, ma'am.
Very good.
Very
Very
good.
good. Okay. Thank you so much. And the last one of the 7 M's is may pag-asa. Yan. That is a trait that is so true of Filipinos, and we are experiencing this now as we go through the pandemic. Ang Pilipino laging may pag-asa. We never give up. Yung sinasabi ng ating mga mas matatanda sa atin, mga ating ninuno, habang may pag-asa, habang may buhay, may pag-asa. And we say that every time marami ng pinagdaanan na calamities ang Philippines, no? Typhoons, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions. But through it all, the Filipino has always been able to rise up. Hindi tayo talaga nawawala ng pag-asa. Okay? So we just remember that in work, when we are tourism frontliner, hindi lahat perfecto. No? There will always be challenges and adversities also as we go through our workday. But we never give up. Okay? Sige-sige lang. Tuloy-tuloy lang tayo. Trabaho lang ng maayos. And try to make our guests happy. All right? Resilient daw. Tama. May pag-asa is being resilient. Filipinos are very resilient also. That's true. All right, so those are the 7 M's. Okay, try and try, never give up kasi may pag-asa. Tama yan. Okay? So those are the 7 M's of our Filipino brand of service excellence. Okay? Tingnan ko nga, kung naalala ninyo, can you put in your chat box, ano ba yung pinaka naging tumama sa inyo or pinaka naging significant para sa inyo? Which of the 7 M's did you appreciate the most? Can you put that in your chat box? Bayanihan, masayahin, may pag-asa. Okay, masayahin. Okay,
masayahin, may pag-asa, makalikasan,
Makabansa,
masayahin.
Yes. Makatao, masayahin. All right. Okay. I like what I'm seeing in my chat box, okay? So salamat at nakikinig kayo dun sa 7 M's. Please remember that these are the traits that the Department of Tourism would like our tourism frontliners to project at all times. No? I'm going back to the basics because we're talking about resiliency and being able to rise up when we open our doors to tourism again. Okay, so when we open the doors of tourism and you join the workforce, please remember that these are the 7 M's that the Department of Tourism would like us to embody when we do our work. All right. Now, to add to the 7 M's, kasi nasa pandemic nga tayo, I'd like to give 3 other things or 3 other reminders to our students, no, who are here and attending this session. Dahil nasa po tayo, let us remember to be kind. No? Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Lahat po tayo ay may pinagdadaan ng challenge, no? Difficulties. So it's important for us to practice kindness. Unang-una, sa sarili ninyo, be kind to yourself. No? Don't beat yourself up. Don't dwell in negativity. Try to stay positive, try to stay healthy, and tandaan natin yung sinasabi ng 7Ms, may pag-asa palagi, no? And I would also like to remind you to be kind to others. Be kind to the people who you live with in your home kasi may pinagdadaanan din sila. Be kind to the people who serve you because, nagtatrabaho sila para serbisyahan tayo dahil tayo'y nasa bahay lamang. But we have people who deliver food to us, who deliver things that we need, no, our essentials at home. Be kind to them too kasi sila nakakalabas sila at naghahanap buhay. Tayo naman ay nasa bahay lang. Kaya, and we have we're a little bit more comfortable since we are at home. So be kind to yourself, be kind to your housemates, and be kind to others. All right? Pangalawa kong reminder sa inyo is to be respectful. Be respectful of everyone that you are encountering. Okay? Kasi ang paggalang ay napaka-importanting bahagi ng buhay lalo na ngayon. Okay? When I talk to students, no, I tell them that there are two things that we can do to instantly sound respectful or to be respectful. Ano sa palagay niyo itong dalawang bagay na to? Let me see nga. How do you show that you're respectful? And you put that in your chat box. How do you show that you are respectful? There are two things that I always remind people to do so that they can show, yan po and opo, yan. Use po and opo, right? That's number one, using po and opo. Ano yung pangalawa? The second one is using the word paki. Please. Pakikuha po yung aking cellphone. Pakiabot po yung tubig. Pakitulong po kasi mabigat po ang aking mga dalahin. So those are the two words that I say will make you be instantly respectful. Palihog, may nagsabi dito, palihog. Now I think that's Visayan, please.
Yes, Ma'am
Okay, all
Anabelle.
right. Okay, palihog.
Palihog.
What are the other words? What are the other dialects for please? Po and opo is always used, ano? That's common to all. Alayon sa waray-waray.
Yeah.
Ayun. Ano pa? Pasuyo, correct, in Tagalog. Palihog, okay.
For Bisaya.
Pakiusap, correct. Pakiusap po. Yan. All right, palihog. Yan. Very good. So, be respectful, ha? Be respectful. And the third one is be responsible, okay? Marami po tayong health protocols na kailangang sundin because we are in a challenging situation. So, do you follow the health protocols? Kayo ba ay nagso-social distancing? Kayo ba ay nagagamit ng mask? Do you wash your hands often? Okay? So, those are things that we will have to be very aware of as we navigate through this challenging period. No? And our prayer nga is that makakaraos tayong lahat and we will survive. You know, the second wave of the pandemic has hit us so hard. I have a lot of friends who have either passed away because of COVID or are in the hospital, walang makuhang hospital room. So, yeah. Let's be responsible. Laban lang. Sabi ni Risa May. Okay.
Laban lang. Yeah.
Laban lang. I like that. Yun. So,
Fighting.
angting. What is angting? Take care?
Yes, take care po
Angting
yan,
is
Ma'am
take
Annabelle.
care, angting. All right. So, very good. Fighting spirit. Laban lang tayo. Tere-terecho lang. All right? So, I think that ends my short talk. I'm only supposed to give you 20 minutes. Maraming salamat po and mabuhay. Later on, if you have some padayon, may nagsabi ng padayon. Later on, if you have other questions or things that you would like to clarify, I would be happy to do that. So for now, I'll turn the virtual floor back to Sir Lyle for our next segment.